Are you someone who does all the manifestation stuff and you find that it's not really working for you? You're not getting the results that you're looking for? I'm going to explain in this video what is going on, how manifestation actually works, what it is actually all about, and what needs to happen in order for you to begin to really see the results that you're looking for, to experience the stuff you want to experience, have those kind of relationships, whether there's a certain income you're looking for, whatever it is for you, doesn't matter. The core principle applies across the board. Manifestation can get a lot of flack, and there's a lot of confusion around it because there's a lot of people that teach on it and are giving, I think possibly, maybe, I don't know if it's in their intention, but they are essentially taking advantage of people's fears and pain points and the suffering that they're in order to promote a course or a product or whatever, and giving all kinds of tools. I've seen everything from speaking to water to writing notes and putting them under your pillow, write something 3 times and fold the paper 6 times and turn in a circle 9 times, and all the different kinds of things. And these tools are all useful to the extent that they shift how you feel. So if they help you shift how you feel, then they're useful for you. But ultimately, they're not required. They're permission slips for you to feel empowered or to feel successful or to feel confident or whatever it is that you're needing to shift within yourself. What it really comes down to is you are going to attract, you're going to experience, you're going to see things reflected back to you according to who you are being. And when I say who you are being, what I'm talking about is that vibrational energy that exists, that you are. So what are you emanating? And if that's kind of confusing to you and I don't really get it, I don't get what vibration means, I don't get what energy means. Think about it when, say you walk into a room and there's a couple of people in that room, and as soon as you walk in, you feel, even though they've said nothing, they haven't told you anything, you can feel like, oh, this doesn't feel good. You know, there's some sort of tension here, even without any words conveyed at all. You felt the energy, right? There's a certain vibration that these people, they're vibrating in. There's an energy, a frequency that they're vibrating on. And you might not necessarily be able to put words to it. You just know this doesn't feel good. So we have like a scale, if you want to look at it this way. There's a vibrational scale. A map that I like to use is the map of consciousness, mapped out by David Hawkins. And he uses emotion to map out these levels, these frequencies of vibration, starting all the way down from shame all the way up into enlightenment. Something of a lower vibration typically doesn't feel good to us. We don't like the way it feels. Things like shame and guilt, apathy, grief, fear, anger, these kinds of things. Something of a higher vibration, this feels good to us. These are things like love and joy and peace, compassion, empathy, acceptance. So depending on what we are vibrating, we label it with words. So feeling is the word we invented to describe the conscious awareness of the vibration that we're. So when we understand everything is vibration, and then we look at the law of attraction, that like attracts like, this is really ultimately what manifestation, where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. So the thing is, the universe is truthful. So this is where we get to see what's really going on, and we can say, I want to be wealthy. We can even affirm it. I am wealthy, I'm abundant, I am free, I am prosperous, I am, all the things that we can say about ourselves. But that could just be lip service. What's really going on vibrationally and energetically for us is, I'm feeling lack. I don't feel like I'm good enough. I'm not worthy. I can't do it. I'm afraid of being successful because then everybody's gonna, want to take advantage of me. We can have all kinds of things going on vibrationally. And that's what the universe is communicating with. That's what we're seeing a reflection of. So this is why, even though you're doing all the really great manifestation things that you're doing, that they might not be working, because it's essentially lip service. You're doing things, but the energy and vibration isn't coming alongside of it. So if your affirmations don't shift actually how you are feeling, then they're not really helping you. If your journaling or your vision board isn't helping you to feel the emotions that go along with the achievement of the goal that you have, then it's not helping you. And then let's go a bit deeper. And this is where I'm going to help you guys. I'm going to do a series of this in order to help you begin to make some shifts on that deeper level. So I've seen it where there's these people that work really, really hard and they don't experience the results. And then I've seen other people, they don't seem to work very hard and their results are just through the roof. So that led me to really dig in and try to understand what was going on there. And I found out under the surface, vibrationally, that the people, even though they were working very hard, they had beliefs and energy, trapped energy in their body of things like betrayal or fear or sadness or confusion, or I'm looking at, I have a list of emotions here: blaming, jealousy, shame. Shame is a big one for a lot of people. Unsupported, and the list goes on and on. And so this is energy is emanating, is vibrating within the individual. And therefore, this is what is being reflected back to them by the universe. The universe just says yes. So whatever vibrational frequency you are on, you just get more. The universe says yes. So if you're like, life is hard and things don't work out for me, but I want to be wealthy and I wish I was, I wish that I had that ideal partner, the universe just says yes. So what are you doing? Who are you being in that moment? When you want something, that implies I don't have it, right? So you're just getting more of I don't have it. If you wish for something, it's something that you currently don't have, that's maybe off in the future or just kind of like a fluffy thing in the air. And so the universe just says, yes, it's off in the future, it's a fluffy thing in the air, it's not right now. We must shift who we are being in this now moment, because this is only the moment that we are able to create in, is right now. So when we look under the surface and we start digging in, and I've worked with many clients one-on-one, and I do this as a group with people, as with individuals as well, what we see is that they might have a goal of something they want to achieve. Let's say that's a financial goal. But as a young child, they experienced, let's just say, creative insecurity. So there was something that they did as a child where it was like they created a project or an art piece or something like that, and they put their heart and soul into it, and then they showed it to their teacher and the teacher criticized it, or they showed it to mom and dad and they ignored them. And so there was this emotion of like insecure about your creation, and you trapped it in your body and you've been holding it there ever since. And so there's an energy of like, what I create isn't good enough, it's not going to work, people don't like it. And so the universe just says yes, and you keep experiencing it. That's why you see it in your reality, because it's vibrationally going on within you. So you could be completely unaware that this is happening, right? And you could be affirming, I'm successful, I'm all these things, but your vibrational field is sending out a signal of creative insecurity. And so the universe says yes to that, and you experience rejection, you experience self-sabotage, where you won't actually take action towards your goals because you're afraid of being criticized or it not working or people laughing at you or whatever. Or you experience people who don't appreciate you. These kind of people will come into your life. You might have a boss who just, no matter how hard you work or what you do, there's no validation there, there's no approval, and on it goes, because your outer world is a mirror to show you what's going on within you so that you can heal it, so that you can let it go, so you can overcome it. So what I would like to do here, I haven't done this on YouTube or Instagram or any of my channels and stuff that I have done so far, but this is what I do with people one-on-one, and also what I do with my group, my healing group that we do every week. And I go through, and when I work with an individual, I'll use muscle testing to see what are the trapped emotions that are going on within you. And we start releasing those one by one. But I connected with spirit, or whatever terminology you want to use, with myself. I use muscle testing for myself and asked me, my higher self, I'm like, what are the 7 main negative trapped emotions that I should create videos on in order to help people release this from, if they can't work with me directly or in the group or something like that, like how can I put this out for free in order to help people? The top emotions that came up were shame, abandonment, sadness, jealousy, heartache, lack of control, and shock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one emotion at a time, and we're going to talk about it, we're going to learn a little bit about it, and you're going to go on a bit of a journey with yourself in terms of where is this going on within you, and then we're going to release it together. And the method that I use is called the emotion code. And so I go through and we test and we see, what's this emotion? Where is it trapped in your body? How old were you when it was trapped? And what was the experience that you had that you actually felt an overwhelming quantity of that emotion? Typically, when we trap an emotion, it means pretty much it overwhelms our system, and we don't have the tools or whatever in order to process it and allow it to move through our body. So now we're going to look at that. We're going to see And obviously, because I'm not talking with you directly, I'm not going to be able to find the specific thing for you, but be confident in yourself that you're going to, and trust your intuition to what comes up for you is what it is, is the situation where it is in your body. And that's going to make sense as we go through here. So healing happens through intention, through witness, and through knowing. We've used the word faith before, but sometimes people don't really fully know what that word means, to have faith. But that basically that healing happens through the shift in vibration. If I take an example out of the Bible, so I grew up learning about Jesus, and there was stories of him, being this great healer, and people would come to him and be like, please heal me, or my son is sick, or I'm blind, or whatever, and Jesus would do different things in order to heal these people. Interestingly enough, Jesus himself said, "It is your faith that has healed you." Jesus didn't claim that he was this almighty healer. Other people had faith and belief in Jesus that he could heal them. But the actual thing that was healing those people was the belief in their mind. It was a shift. They were putting their faith in Jesus, thinking it was him that was doing it. But it wasn't Jesus having some magical power on them. It was that they shifted their knowingness. They went from I'm sick to I'm healed. So they went through Jesus to do it, their belief system. They didn't have the belief in themselves. But at least the belief was there. And so when we do these healing practices, I don't have any magical power more than you do. We all have magical power. It's our ability to know something to be true that creates that experience for us. And that is what healing is. And I know this because I see it happen all the time. I see people healed. I've had clients who have been in tremendous pain, and we've released trapped emotions, and that pain has instantly gone away, and it's been there for years. And I've seen people's financial situations change. I've seen relationships change, all the stuff. So I'm in this knowingness of the ability to create whatever reality you want. And so I'm vibrating at that frequency. So what's happening here, and this is what any healer is doing, and Bashar has talked about this as well. If you don't know who Bashar is, go look him up. He's super cool. A healer vibrates at a certain frequency and basically creates a space, and it's an invitation for you to join them on that frequency. And it's up to you whether you're going to choose to raise your vibration to that level or not. It's always on that individual to choose that. So what we're doing here is we're going to go through and understand, here's an area where you've been holding on to something of a lower frequency. And I'm going to then invite you to let it go. And so that your vibration can just naturally raise. And then we're going to do that one by one on each of these videos. So without any further ado, we're going to go on to our final and 7th trapped emotion of this series, and that's the emotion of shock. As I was going through and testing to see what was the 7 emotions I should do, and this one, when I came across this one, I was like, really? We're going to do that one? But for some reason, this is what we need to talk about and work through on this video. So the definition of shock is a sudden or violent disturbance of the emotions or sensibilities. Extreme surprise, to feel traumatized or stunned. And I think possibly why this has come up is because there has been a tremendous amount of extreme scenarios and situations that have happened over even the past 3 years. What year are we in? 4 years? These situations have always gone on, but it feels like it's getting pretty intense for people nowadays, almost to the point where the media is throwing out all kinds of stuff and people are like, just it's one more thing, because there's been such a bombarding on humanity with scary, crazy stuff. And so this might be why shock has come up as something to do on this series. We are each going to have our connection and our memories and our connotations and everything around this word. You might have memories where you experience this, shocked at someone's behavior, shocked that someone could do something that they did, shocked at coming across information that was completely, you were oblivious to before. I know there has been a lot come to light in the past few years. That has been one of the benefits of the difficult things that humanity has been through, is the awakening to the deception and everything that has been going on underneath the surface, so that it can essentially be released and let go of. So you might have even just in this last few years just been shocked at what has been going on the planet without your knowledge previously. So this could be more recent for you, or you might find it both. It's like something you've been dealing with as well as something from your past. But ultimately, I'm just going to leave that open for you. Where is that coming up for you? That shock, how is that resonating with you? And because if I look from my own experience, things before that used to really just be like, would gut me, just like it would rock me to my core, and maybe a word to describe that would be shock me. I've noticed more recently in the last couple of years as I've worked through a lot of my own stuff and let go and forgiven and all these kinds of things, that something quite, difficult or crazy could come across my plate, and it doesn't really faze me nearly to the degree, or if at all, than say it might have done a few years ago. So there comes a point too where someone could throw anything at you and it's just going to roll off of you. Like, it's not going to grab hold. You're not going to be alarmed, because your awareness is expanded to a point where you know that there's dark and light, there's good and bad, there's all spectrum of things going on all the time. You've released judgment on others and on situations. You understand it just is. There's all this stuff existing. And so nothing's really going to shock you anymore. But if you are in that place where it's just like, oh, this thing, no, just kind of reaction mode, shocked here and there, like that's going to be very difficult for you to navigate that. That's hard on the nervous system. That's hard on your anxiety levels and everything. And you could be just on edge and even expecting, like, what's the next thing that's going to go wrong? What's that next scary thing? What's the news going to come up with tomorrow? And you're just like continually on edge with all of that. So if we look at the other side, shock is over here. What's the opposite? That's going to be a place of calm, a place of ease and peace, right? And ultimately, that's what we are wanting to resonate with. We want to experience that. We don't want to be in this like on edge state and just be constantly like shocked about all this terrible stuff that's happening. So I invite you to begin to soften that, to allow that to be like, okay, because as you release judgment and like you begin to understand there's value in all things, in terms of you don't know lightness without dark. You're not going to know love without hate. You're not going to be able to appreciate the fullness of joy if you haven't experienced sadness. So we can begin to appreciate the spectrum of the emotions, of the experiences, and begin to, again, as you release judgment, that shock isn't really going to be there anymore. You have that understanding. Everything is here. It has its place. And there's a need for all of it. And you'll notice a more calm and an ease come over yourself. So I invite you to close your eyes and look and see, where is this shock coming up for you? What's going on within you that this is the button that this is pressing for you? Notice if it's anywhere in your body. Were there experiences? Do you have memories coming up around this emotion? What is it for you that's coming to the surface now? Notice if there's any tension in the body or any pain that's coming to your awareness right now, where this might be residing. And then we're just going to go ahead and release it now. You can use an image of some sort of substance or smoke or energy leaving the body to represent this emotion leaving, or you could just have a sense of it being released from the body. So just see that now. The emotion of shock, letting it go. Thank you so much that we're able to release this trapped emotion of shock across all time, space, reality, dimensions. Thank you. And so it is. Just take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just releasing any residual shock energy. And then we just invite that healing energy in through the top of the head. It's a warm, loving, safe energy. Just coming to those areas of tension that you felt possibly. Just bringing healing. Think about things like ease and calm, security, relief, joy. Imagine a reality where you are calm and centered. There might be a storm going on around you, but it has no power over you. You are the one in control of your reactions, of your responses. And you are beginning to choose things like responding with love and forgiveness, compassion and empathy, understanding, encouragement, and blessing, knowing that everything is as it should be and everything's working out for your highest good and the highest good of all. When you're ready, you can gently open the eyes, bring yourself back into the room. So once again, this has been a part of a series. If this is the first video you've been to, there is 6 other videos that you can go in and go through each of these trapped emotions. This is something that I've brought up from the emotion code. So if you Google the emotion code, you can come across a chart like this with all these different emotions, and you can work through these on your own. You don't need a practitioner or someone magical to help you do this. You are magical. You can do it on your own. But sometimes it's helpful to have someone. It is, if that's a desire you have, that it's wonderful to have someone come alongside you. My intention with these videos is to help you on this journey and kind of maybe show the way a little bit for you to continue this work on your own. You are welcome to reach out to me as well. I do this work one-on-one with people, and if you're wanting extra assistance and help to release these trapped emotions that are going on and seeing what's going on within you, then I'm here to help you do that. You're also welcome to comment below on this video with questions, or to let me know like what this emotion meant for you. I'm curious how shock came up for people, because I was like uncertain about why to do a video on this particular emotion. So I'm curious what it meant for you, and what you got out of this experience of working through this. And I really do appreciate you for being here. If you stuck with me this far, then you're one of those people that is wanting to do the work, is wanting to make the shift, and is wanting to contribute in a positive way. It's no accident that you've come across these videos. You're obviously, a very powerful individual with a big heart and wants to do what it takes to make that shift within yourself. Because when we understand that, our outer world is just a reflection of our inner world, if we want stuff to change out there, if we want to have a better planet, a better place for our kids and for future generations, for ourselves right now, then the work is going to be done inside of ourselves. And so thank you for doing the work. And I would encourage you to go back through the other videos if you haven't done so far and work through these different emotions and then continue on that healing journey. Much love to you. Thank you for journeying with me on these trapped emotion releases, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future on future videos. Much blessing to you, and we'll see you soon. I hope you really enjoyed that video and were able to take away some nuggets that are helping you on your journey. I am deeply committed to my mission to raise the vibration of the world one person at a time. Of course, that starts with me and my own journey, and then extends through the teaching and energy and healing work that I do on a day-to-day basis. I see really 2 angles to come at this journey of evolution for us to raise our vibration so that we can experience abundance and freedom and joy, those loving relationships, those healthy bodies, all those things that you're searching for. It actually is a journey that happens from within. And on the one angle, we come at this from understanding, gaining wisdom, beginning to discover ourselves and who we really are. How does the cosmos work? What is the soul's journey? This is why I teach on YouTube and give videos on my social media, in order to gain understanding and wisdom and awareness so that we can logically move ourselves forward. The other angle to come at this is through inner work, through healing, through what has been coined as shadow work. This is why I do energy work, and I use things like the emotions code, like bioresonance, do subconscious reprogramming, brain entrainment, all these beautiful and wonderful things in order to do work inwardly to shift our vibration. When I say shift our vibration, you naturally, at spirit soul level, vibrate at a very high level with perfect abundance and freedom and joy and all those things. But what happens though through life experiences, we tend to hold on to things like limiting beliefs, traumas, fears, doubts, anxiety, stress, all this kind of stuff that's not you. So our journey of raising our vibration is actually a journey of letting go of that which is not us. And so that is the other angle that I utilize in order to help people raise their vibration into these places that feel really, really good. What happens over YouTube though, or over these videos, is that there can be a disconnect. You can't necessarily talk to me or ask your questions. And so you sometimes feel like you're alone. So I'm really excited to announce that I have a membership where we can meet once a week, and you're able to ask me questions as well as work with other people that are like-minded like-minded and on this journey together of raising our vibration, of manifesting lives that are beautiful and wonderful, that we're so happy and excited to be alive, living our passions and doing the things that bring us a lot of joy. On those calls, I will actually work with you individually as well. For people who are wanting help, I can release negative trapped emotions right there in person. For those who would like that done, I can use my bioresonance technology in order to read your frequency right then and there and actually send you frequency that will help bring more balance for you as well. And you can also, again, ask your questions, and I share even more tips and tricks than I have available currently on YouTube on how to heal the shadow on the day-to-day when you're on your own and I'm not there with you. What are these things and practices that you can do that ultimately raise your vibration? As we shift and release that which is not us, all the money and the relationships and the love and the health, it just is a byproduct of that. It's a symbol of the shift that's happening within yourself. So if this membership is something that sounds exciting to you, you want to connect with other like-minded people, you want to connect with me and grow in community together, there is a link in the description where you're able to get more information on that and sign up, and I would love to see you there.